Exercise 1 at level 5 is a very challenging variation of the push-up. Now to perform this push-up, you'll need to hang the BSS straps so as the handles hang at about knee height when you're standing beside them. Then you position the tops of your feet in both of the stirrups, lean forward. Now it's important that the feet are elevated to get the difficulty in this exercise. So you take your normal push-up position, press your body into that nice, rigid, strong, straight line. We lower ourselves halfway down, short pause, all the way down, halfway up, short pause, and all the way up, keeping the nice strong body lines. No sag and no pressing the backside towards the sky. So down we go again, halfway, short pause, all the way, halfway back up, short pause, and all the way to the top. And that is a very, very challenging variation of the push-up, and it's level 5 in the BSS training system. Exercise 2 at level 5 is another variation on the pull-up. Very similar to the pull-up variation at level 4, but in this instance, with our feet elevated up on the step ladder or whatever it is that you have at home to elevate your feet up onto, we take the nice strong body lines, and this time instead of pulling straight to the top, you pull to halfway, short pause, then complete, halfway back down, short pause, and then complete. Once again, halfway up, short pause, and complete, halfway back down, short pause, and then complete. Making sure the whole time you keep those nice, strong, straight body lines. And that's the pull-up variation at level 5. Exercise 3 at level 5 is a leg exercise. Now this is an exercise performed on a single leg at a time. We only need the one BSS strap, and the handle should hang at about chest height for you to start this exercise. You take a one-legged stance, so I'm going to take a stance on my right leg and leave my left leg extended out in front. My right leg should hang pretty much directly, or be positioned pretty much directly under the anchor point for the BSS. As I lower myself down, I bend the stance leg, the other leg drifts forward, and I use this arm, my left arm in this case, for my right leg to help me balance right down to my backside, almost touches the ground, and then squat up. Now most of the work should be done with the leg, and as little work as possible done with the arm. So use the leg strength to lower yourself down till the arm's fully extended, and then stand up. In order to perform the exercise on the other leg, we take the left-legged stance and we use the right hand. Okay, right leg goes out in front, we bend the left leg down until the right arm is fully extended, and then use the power in the left leg to bring us back up to stance. This leg never touches the ground. So down we go, arm fully extended, and drive up to your stance position, and that completes exercise 3 at level 5. Now exercise 4 at level 5 brings us to a very challenging variation of the abdominal exercises that we've been doing throughout the series. Again, it begins from a position similar to a plank or a bridge. Now in order to perform this position, we want the stirrups from the BSS system hanging at about the middle of your shin before you take your plank position. Now the position resembles a push-up, so arms extended, legs pressed back, and we adopt that nice straight strong body line. From here we draw the knees to the middle until the knees come up level with the elbows, then back to your plank position, which is always your return position. The next part of the exercise involves swinging the legs around to the left, so as both knees come towards your left elbow, then return to the plank. Then you complete the sequence by pulling the legs around to the right, both knees come to the right elbow, and then return to your plank. And then you repeat the sequence. Middle, plank, left, back to plank, and right, and back to plank. And that completes the abdominal variation, exercise 4 at level 5. Okay, and level 5 at exercise 5 is an exercise variation on the reverse plank, which is for the lower back, but we've added a little bit of a leg curl to make it both harder for the lower back and to give you a bit of hamstring load at the same time. So we've got our shoulders positioned on the mat here. Feet are in the stirrups with the soles of my feet pressed into the stirrups. Now the stirrups should be set up at about mid-thigh for this exercise. So you press your feet down into the stirrups and create that nice straight line. Now from this position you lower your hips down till they hover, back up to straight, and then pull the heels towards your backside fully extend, straight position, back down to hover, lift to be nice and straight and strong, and then curl and back to straight. And that completes exercise 5 at level 5. Broadly speaking, suspension training is a mixture of both movement exercises and holding positions. Now, we've demonstrated some exercises as part of the Target Health BSS training system that are a mixture, of course, of both of those types of movements, or one of them being a movement and the other being a hold. Now, there's a few important things to note in terms of both the movements and the holding positions. In a holding position, you want to make sure that you're doing just that, holding, rock solid, rock steady. In the BSS training system, we encourage you to try and strive until you can hold a position for 2 minutes. Once you can hold that position for 2 minutes and repeat that 3 times with about a 1.5 minute break in between, then you'll be ready to move on to the next level of the exercise sequence. Now, as far as the movement exercises are concerned, we want to strive until you can perform slow, controlled, repetitious movements for a set of between 12 and 15. Now, once you can complete 12 to 15 repetitions 3 times with a 1.5 minute break in between each one, then you'll be ready to move on to the next level. Now, as far as putting a workout together for a given week is concerned, generally speaking, we would advise that you train 3 times a week with resistance training or suspension training. Now, remember, never train on consecutive days. Try to rest well and eat well in between your exercise sessions, and that way you'll get the most out of your training program. Well, I wish you all the best with the suspension training program that you're about to embark on. Jump right in, go and grab yourself a set of the BSS and get started today.